Bill will just be late. So present is Josh McConnell. We got Mike Cassidy, Bobby LaRue, and Rick Crouch here present. You guys want to go over the meeting minutes from the last meeting? We'll do that.
Only looked at them once.
Meeting called to order at 5.
Yes, it was.
It was a busy last meeting.
Well, it went pretty quick.
So
5 people.
Yeah, but most of them were
I'll make a motion.
re-upping a previous license from here. So it was just a matter of bringing a current license up.
One failed his wife and been here in however many years. It was a bunch of money.
And I can't make a motion, guys, so.
I'll make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? I hear none. So the motion carries to approve the minutes. The motion was, you got who it was?
Yep,
Josh, okay.
and Mike.
So we'll go to the first candidate.
We don't have anybody online yet. Do you mind if we run the new business real quick?
Sure.
One item I'd like to talk to you all about.
Okay, go ahead.
I would like to add a requirement that that folks who wish to be heard before the board do so at a minimum of 7 days, 5 business days ahead of the meeting.
So we need to make a policy change, because a policy change we can do.
But
Yeah,
yeah, I just, what I'm trying to do is not be rushing to put this stuff together at the last minute,
Yeah.
waiting on who's gonna be in, knowing if we're gonna have people come or not come.
so the policy would be that we need a minimum of 7 days of notice that they are going to attend or provide us with the information to attend via Zoom or Teams or in person in the meeting, or they won't be allowed into the meeting that they're attending.
I think that's perfectly viable. I mean, you may get noticed, yesterday? I don't know.
Well, what it does, it let us plan for an agenda. And that's what it
Right.
does. So I'll take a motion to that policy change. Okay.
I was thinking,
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? I hear none. So the policy was approved that they must provide us before 7 days of the meeting, or they will not be allowed to produce their information.
Yeah,
We can do a policy change. We can't do the other without going through the commissioner.
sure.
Yeah.
Sure. Well, I appreciate it. I just am looking for a bit of time to be able to put this
Understood.
together. And like tonight, if we don't have anybody that comes, it would be nice to know.
Well, no, and you're right, and I agree. So that's why I've already been through this with Rob's rules, and we can do policy changes here, but we
Okay.
can't do.
we're gonna need statutory type thing.
We can do that without going to the commissioners,
Sure.
because that's how I got women into our club that's 100 years old in Indianapolis. I made a policy change,
Oh, yeah.
and we got women into our club, so.
If you all don't mind, I'm gonna follow the rule I have for inspections. I'm gonna wait at least 15 minutes to make sure
Understood.
somebody comes or doesn't. And
They're not here by 5:15, then we'll close the meeting.
I think that's a fair time. Just so you all, let you know, the building department had a pretty good year last year. Issued somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,750 different permits.
Wow.
About 380 or so were commercial, and the rest were residential. So had a pretty good year. Last year was a little slow for new apartment applications, but this year starting off with a bang.
And we'll add in Bill Rager has showed up into the attendance. We've already opened the meeting because we had a quorum, but we knew you were coming. We were trying to get started because he had another meeting to go to.
Sorry.
You were just waiting on the 15-minute
I'm gonna
rule.
explain the policy change.
We did make a policy change that if somebody doesn't produce the correct documentation within 7 days of the meeting coming up, then they're not going to be allowed to proceed with the meeting coming up. And I felt that was a good policy.
Yeah, I think so.
And but I'm really just trying to be able to put an agenda together, have some kind of idea whether we're gonna get people here or not. It won't be 100% guarantee because once they send it in, they've always been able to come to whatever meeting into the future, but this way, idea of what would be on the agenda.
Sure.
And that will would pertain to actually people needing to do business with the board, right?
Right.
The public can come to this.
Oh, sure, sure.
Well, we don't need a bunch of them, but not that anybody want to.
Yeah.
And then I was just sharing with the folks, the department issue somewhere 1,700 per month last year. About 370, 80 of them were commercial permits. The rest were various residential permits. And
Sure.
That's great.
It's a lot. Yeah.
Yeah, that is.
we did kind of have a slowdown in apartment applications last year, but we already,
There's some big ones.
but we already have two fairly significant developments at the beginning of this year. So
I saw where you guys opened a shop over in Ellisville.
Oh, we've been there,
I didn't even know it.
no kidding, yeah.
I drove by there this morning and saw Cassidy, and I was like,
5 years, December 10, 2018.
okay. I didn't even know you bought.
Yeah, exactly.
Across the street from the old.
You want pizza? We got pizza. We got the liquor store, pizza. There's pizza right here by the door.
It's a beer and go over to Cassidy's.
Down the street.
That's neat.
Well, do 5 pizza joints now.
Well, I mean, you've always been based in Ellisville.
Absolutely.
And it's kind of a good fit. It really is. So I think it's a neat thing.
That was getting built up down there. Mom found that building. We're moving over here.
Is that Curry? Did Curry have that before?
Who?
Curry?
Yeah, it was
Yes,
Curry's.
it's correct.
It was, yeah, Curry's.
Because you had the red barn on the south, on the north side with the,
No, on the
there was
south.
a Christmas wreath up all the time.
Right.
Yeah.
Where the
Oh, yeah.
heating, cooling.
Yes. Yeah.
I will say this much, up in Crawfordsville, the south side inspection and stuff have been incredibly nice.
Whichever way you're looking.
Yeah.
Well, you got to take your own test,
Which way you go?
and we're not sure what we're going to do for electrician yet. And I said, I'm not doing it. So don't even look at me. I said, I'm retired, not doing it. And we were talking to the inspector, and I said, just telling him I was on the board down here and stuff. So, well, you don't even have to take tests. I said, I'm not doing it. So I don't even want to hear that.
even tell anybody else.
No, me and you, that's mute point. We're not even talking about this. Great people, met the fire marshal. He's real nice. Well, we're right across the street from the fire department. Somebody came in one night, stole all the door hardware out of all the doors because it's all antique, and stole all the door hardware.
Dismantled it?
They all had mail flaps, stole all of them. Tried to take, they got one piece of handrail down.
Kidding me?
No,
Where is this?
the Ben Hur building in Crawfordsville.
Oh, wow.
The Ben-Hur?
Yeah. It stole, we lost all the hardware
Oh, my
for
Lord.
the entry doors.
How did the cameras and security not catch that?
Well, it's been empty for 10 years.
Hold up. I thought this was a historical mansion place you can go visit.
No, this is the old hotel.
Oh, okay. I didn't
The
know that.
the old meeting building. And that's 5 stories tall. It's been empty for
I
10
did the same thing.
Yeah, he did too.
I thought he was talking about the residents of the.
Oh, no,
Yeah.
there was probably. Oh, no.
I've never been to it, but I saw it's a beautiful residence.
No, there's about 12 entry doors on each floor. And they stole every,
Oh, really?
All
5 floors?
5 floors. Yeah.
Whoa. Well, empty, no problem. Battery powered tools. There you go.
They cut our chain. You know, nowadays with those battery cutoff wheels,
Right, no.
I don't care what you kind of chain you put on, they can cut right through
These houses, you just need a good sawzall, go right through it.
them. Well, you would have had to use a carborundum on this one, but I mean,
Yeah,
it was
I'm
a
about to
pretty
do-
good sized chain.
Yeah.
But man, they stole everyone. It had to be more than one person, because I mean, you just didn't go in there. Because they took the time to unscrew all the screws, take the screws. I mean, they took everything.
Lose anything.
Yeah, and they were big mortises, you
How
know.
are they gonna move this stuff? It's not something you're gonna find.
Oh, I'll find it. It'll show up
That's what I'm
sometime.
saying. I mean, you gotta sell somebody.
Oh, yeah, it'll show up somewhere. And the glass, fortunately, they only broke 2 pieces of door glass because you can't get it made anymore. So that's what we're really worried about, because it, you know, it's a special glass.
Yeah.
So we were just so disheartened. But
I bet.
they didn't hurt the stained glass, so we were really glad about that. So now we've encased it in OSB,
Right?
so we can keep it safe.
Is the old Strand Theater still being used up there? When I was there, they had converted it into a movie theater, but it was
Where's
kind of boy, the main drag north-south through town.
I don't think so, Bobby.
Hmm.
But boy, we found a restaurant that is incredible. It's kind of a fusion between Asian and Mexican. And I have never had such good food in all my life. I go there probably 3 times a week
Where's that?
at
Craw-
Crawfordsville. And it's incredible.
Wow.
I mean, just incredible. I mean, this guy it's a husband and wife, and they, you know, some of the best. I mean, I've not had much of the Mexican, but man, the infusion, the Asian infusion is incredible. We still got 3 more minutes.
Who's Joshua Huber?
He works for the county,
Oh, okay.
making sure the building gets.
What are you not doing it there that much?
We're turning, I know the owner the owner that buys a lot of old buildings throughout Indiana, turns them into apartments.
There's the.
He's a good customer of ours, and he bought this building. So we're turning it into 49 apartments
Huber
inside.
box,
Just kinda-
All the mosaic floors are in,
big red.
It was kind of like Bill Cook.
yeah,
I've never seen it.
in that respect.
Well, I think maybe it won't
Could you imagine this
do
place
it anymore because
Indiana without Bill
when
Cook?
they had long
Yeah.
bottles.
I mean, French Lick wouldn't be there. West Baden wouldn't be there.
Right, no, you're right.
Building we're sitting in.
They'd be in here, but
John Anderson is the same way. He finds old buildings.
Dang.
look it up.
He's bought 3 or 4 in Richmond, Indiana. He bought an Oddfellows building,
Chevrolet.
an old store,
They had a
department store that we're gonna change out.
I'm gonna forget the.
Hello,
hotel.
Chelsea, my name is Bobby Monroe. I work for the Monroe County Building
They
Department.
made the beer for the hotel, so they-
Was checking to see if you planned on,
But I had a friend that
appearing
drank-
before the
he
board
drank-
this evening.
Well, I still do Kugels, but then when Kugels bought out.
It is 5, the meeting started at 5
Okay.
Eastern, so it started 15 minutes
They
ago.
got different brands of beer. I mean.
Well, now they do. Yeah, it used to just.
Yeah, if you can, I would appreciate it, sir.
Yeah.
Thank you much.
Lager or something like that.
I need to go to there. I love history. I've never spent much time. I always wanted to.
You can't miss it. It's a white terracotta building.
Stevens.
Because I drove through it many times, you know, on a motorcycle.
They used to.
Oh, you can't miss it. I
I
mean,
mean, here, but now they've got.
white terracotta.
Have all kinds of different.
It's
Now,
unique.
open up.
It's just
The local.
I just
right
talked to
here.
one person.
Yeah. This.
I thought he was planning on being here.
Upland or.
Yeah, so to get on.
Yeah.
Did William Wallace own a hotel at one time?
who? William Wallace, yes. He actually built the building,
Okay.
designed it. We found the old original drawings. It's a neat old building. Hell, the damn dumpster driver today broke through the damn old fuel tank lid. And I was like, oh, shit.
This is just, well, no, the start was the break-in. This is.
Yeah, I was like, can anything else go wrong? So we had another lid, we replaced it. He just drove right out. He didn't have any problems at all. You know, but it was like, God, what else could happen? So I found a replacement lid and got it coming.
I wonder why he never ran for president with all his accolades.
I don't know. Well, you ought to see all the books they threw out. United Life bought the building. And down in the front part, there were ledger books this big, leather bound, that deep, stacks upon stacks upon stacks from the United Life building.
Huh.
And they threw those all out. Yes, they were all transferred into electronic.
I'm sure not worth anything to
Yeah,
anybody.
so there they all sat all molded and I was like, who'd want to grab them? But they threw them all out.
They
Historical value though, I mean.
Yeah. You know, I wouldn't want to touch them. Man, mold would have been just.
Yeah.
Full blown respirator.
Oh, God. We let the abatement people take it and the lead paint out. There wasn't much lead paint. There was asbestos. They took a lot of that out of there. We found some more today. So, and I didn't know. I called my brother and said, what do you guys do when you had it? Asbestos. He said, you want me to tell you what we used? Mop and glow. We kept 75 gallons of mop and glow and 5-gallon sprayers at the base. When a plane would crash, we'd go out and spray the whole thing with mop and glow. So I went and got some mop and glow and a 5-gallon sprayer and sprayed this duct with mop and glow until they could get there to take a look at it,
Just to keep it contained. Mhm.
to keep it going into the air.
And cool.
Yeah, he was from the Air Force.
Yeah.
And that's what they would use when a plane would crash because it had a ton of asbestos.
Huh, I didn't
The
realize.
F-4 Phantoms did
Wow.
when he first got in. Now, but since then, they found other things, but
Sure.
But till then, they kept mop and glow was a good way to seal asbestos. Yeah. So I ran over to Home Depot and bought a whole bunch of mop and glow and a 5-gallon sprayer and sprayed the shit out of it. And told them to stay away from it until the abatement people got there. They showed up as I was leaving. I said, it's right there. Check it out and tell me what I can do and what I can't do. It may not be. I just
Yeah.
didn't want.
Well, they didn't, did they grab a sample for you?
Yeah, they were going to take a sample. They said it probably is not, but we want a sample.
Yeah.
I just didn't want to take any chances.
Sure.
I mean, I don't want anybody to get sick or get hurt.
That stuff was kind of in everything at one point, wasn't it? Like,
Well, it's on,
oil
and it's
insulation.
duct insulation on this huge old duct in an internal, we didn't even know it was there, an internal chase.
Used to mix it up
Yeah.
like plaster.
Yeah, and these were pads
Wow.
on the duct. It was duct insulation.
Yeah.
And see, this building was built, it was like I call it a post and beam out of concrete is how it was built. So it's not like post tension, but it's built like post tension with rebar, but not strand. So it's concrete columns with poured concrete decks all the way up. So it's really neat.
What year was it?
1911. We found the original drawings.
Is it smooth rebar or is it?
Oh, no, it's that rebar that looks like a
Where?
drill rod. Helicoil, big helicoil.
Oh,
I mean, it looks like drill rod.
huh.
I mean, it's tough shit.
Oh, I bet.
I mean, the only place we found any damaged is down the basement. The basement outer parts go under the sidewalks.
Oh, that's,
It was common back then.
yeah, yeah.
That's how they
Or
were
even-
bring things down into the,
Even in Bedford, there's,
Bloomington was that way. I'll never forget what's that restaurant over here up on the corner, the Tap?
The tap of the one next to it.
No,
Whatever's on the actual corner. It is.
the one on the actual corner.
Oh,
We were
yeah.
doing that with Will Harris. And they decided, so they cored 4 holes that were 18 inches in diameter. And they built a concrete block wall downstairs. So they started putting that flowable fill in there. And I went upstairs and said, Ken, yeah, you better get your ass down here. Why? I said, because that wall's starting to buckle. That's a big old belly in it.
huh.
And he come running down there and they started putting 2x12s and stiffeners in it and that wall's a bellying.
Well, that happened, was it 2 years ago there in Lagodi, the old hardware store?
Yeah.
Been there forever. Somebody hadn't noticed the wall was just shaking a little bit. I mean, good business. Guy yelled, get out of there. And before he, time to get everybody out, they collapsed.
Oh, well, this one was because they're pouring that full fill in it.
Yeah.
But they finally got enough wood there to hold it. They stopped pouring to let that set up. And then the next day they came in and finished it up. But
We found that, putting the streetlights in
yeah,
years after we drove our bucket truck, that corner, on the Christmas lights,
Uh-huh.
right? There the city, CFC, whoever did the green pole lights. Or whoever, I don't even remember the excavator company, or we might have, we were out there with the rented bobcats, we might have electricians doing that. Got the sidewalk, digging it up, like run the conduit, pouring the pole basin. At one point, they were drilling something under a sidewalk. If, hey, we found an underground tunnel or something. Probably a sewer line or everything. Get downtown. Those cardboard boxes down there. You're gonna tell kid none. You just violated the basement
Yeah, I mean, it was common back then.
all the way out to the curb.
That's the way they did it, because that's how they used to get stuff down in the basement.
Oh, sure.
They had them elevators.
Yeah.
Back behind that alley, behind the tap room, I'll never forget, we were digging in the service and cut into a old AT&T bought wood with glass insulator, telephone duct.
Yeah, nifty.
It was neat. We cut a piece of it and Danny Haynes used to have it in his basement. I don't know whatever happened to it, but it was pretty neat.
That's cool.
Yeah.
Called him 10 minutes ago. 8 minutes ago. He said he's gonna be on, but I can't wait all night.
I say call the meeting.
It's up to you. Or is that him?
That's him.
Okay.
They literally saved by the bell.
Okay.
I'll make it quick.
Mr. Kelsey? Kelsey?
Yes, I apologize. For some reason, I had the invite as a Zoom meeting and it was saying that it didn't start. So I finally figured out it was a Teams meeting.
Yes.
All right.
What can we do for you?
Yeah, I had an application in for a master electrician's license there in Monroe County. So I guess what can I do for you on it, I guess, is
Well-
the portion of it.
What are you trying to do? Get reciprocity from another county or?
Yeah, essentially, we've got, I've actually already tested, for the
Have it in-
Indianapolis test a few years ago.
Okay.
It's kind of a long story, but I missed a flight for the orientation meeting and had a change of jobs, everything. So I haven't been to the orientation, so it didn't ever get officially issued, in Indianapolis, but, we've got several other licenses, within Indiana.
What
Just
do
not
you
noticed
have?
those.
What test did you take?
I've taken just about every test, but I believe the Indianapolis test, and I put an attachment on that was, what was that, real quick. 'Cause I've taken ICC, PSI, just about every test they make.
International, is that the correct one?
That's Pennsylvania. There's another test. Let me see. A second, the
Indianapolis would have been the Prometric.
Yeah, it's Prometric, and I've taken, I think, 3 or 4 Prometric tests for some reason, but
Well, that's what we need to see.
okay, was that not uploaded?
Not yet.
This is a Pennsylvania,
Okay,
Philadelphia.
that's, here, let me, can I send this to you on Teams?
Yeah,
Sure.
Okay.
I may be able to figure out how to view it.
Yeah, I know sometimes
he
documents
said
don't
it
work
to
perfectly.
pop right up.
It's
All he has to do is open it and view. Because we look at drawings all the time on Teams. Share up there in the corner.
Yeah, he needs
needs to share.
yeah, he needs to hit the share button.
Yeah, I could, well, it's not giving me the option to share right now. Only organizers can share is what it's saying.
Oh,
Well, I mean, it might work. See, one second.
I've just enabled him as organizer.
Okay.
Okay,
You see
There
my
it is.
screen?
Prometric,
Metric.
and he had an 84, is that what it says?
Yes.
My eyesight sucks.
Yeah,
Okay,
0504 2019.
all right, and how long have you been an electrician?
For 26 years.
And you're wanting a master, and you took the master electrical, it says, okay, I see
Yes.
that. So you want a master's license here in Monroe County?
That's correct.
And it's your company?
Yes, it is.
Okay.
Isn't our passing score 85 for Prometric?
It's 75.
Okay,
75 for Prometric.
that's what's getting my.
All right. Well, the only requirements, it's $200 for this
Okay.
year, this year, and then you have employees, I'm assuming.
Yes.
So then you'll have to have workman's comp on it. Plus
Mhm.
you'll have to name Monroe County Building Department as additionally insured.
Okay.
And then you'll talk to the girls down there, but I would entertain a motion that we,
Make it.
okay, so we have a motion from Josh.
Second.
We have a second from Bill. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Any opposed? I hear none, so the motion carries. I'll let Bobby explain the rest.
And I need public liability insurance and workman's comp, right?
Yes, he knows that. And then Monroe County named Building Department is additionally insured.
Okay.
And you'll come down here and, well, he'll send it, you'll get a letter through this system.
Okay.
And Mr. Kelsey, if you wouldn't mind, I need you to attach that Prometric score to your EA 64, okay?
Yeah, I thought I tried to upload multiple because I know it said something about ICC. So I thought, well, I'll upload both of them because there's two of them that are Prometric and ICC. But
Okay.
apparently it replaced the other one. I thought I'd put it back, but that's not what I meant to do.
Attach your Prometric, yeah.
Okay.
And then
And if you.
Josh, seconded by Bill.
All right. Sorry, you cut out there for a second. If what?
No, it's between us. We were fine.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about anything. You've never had a license down here, right?
Not in Monroe County, no.
No, okay. Just want to make sure.
It's
Okay,
70, that's right.
so, Mr. Kelsey,
They said.
as soon as I get that Prometric test uploaded, we'll be able to process this and you should be able to, I would say, give us about a half a day tomorrow or half a day after you've attached that other exam. And somebody from my office will reach out to you and let you know that the license is available to be picked up.
Okay.
You can pay via check through the mail if you'd prefer, but that's the only way to pay remote at this particular time. And we will process it as soon as the payment comes in. Using this same username and password, you will need to log back into our permitting system and make a new application for a master's electrician's license. That will include your attachment of your liability and workman's comp, as well as the letter that you're going to be sent out right away.
Okay.
Okay?
Letter and insurance. Okay. And then I should have already uploaded this file, I believe, of the Indianapolis. Oh, I had it attached originally, but you should have that.
All right. So now all I need is make the application for master electrician's license, attach the letter that should be to you at this point. I just completed it here under board approval letter for EA 64.
Okay.
And we can process your license.
Once you get the insurance to it too.
Absolutely. Yeah. I'll get that tomorrow.
Okay.
Thank you, sir. Appreciate your
All right.
time.
All right. Thank you, guys.
Welcome. Good night.
Motion to adjourn by chance?
Second.
Okay. All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
All right.
Meeting's adjourned.
Thank you, Mr. Cron, Mr. Hubler. Appreciate you.
You can get on your